This is pretty much it. Right at the very end, we're going to put in our vanilla. And that, you do that a lot, like, you know, if you're making caramels or different recipes. You don't want to, mostly you don't want to put your, I'm just going to use my finger to get that out. There we go, just helping the whisk out. Just doing a good job, but you want it all in there. You don't want to cook the flavor out of the vanilla, so you just put it right at the end. Remember in the pavlova, right at the end, and that's the same with this recipe. So I'm going to keep combining this. This is a beautiful custard. Now let's make sure I've got the heat on. So we're really just going to cook this. You know, another thing I forgot. I'm going to put a little, strip of, I nearly put a strip of thumb in there. I'm going to be careful, don't cut towards yourself, girls. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, it's better if you just do a nice round piece, but I already cut on this one, so I'm just trying to save the lemon. I'm going to put a couple strips. It's nice you just get one big piece. Then when you fish it out, it's not so much to fish out. And there's lots of beautiful lemon oil, and that's just going to infuse this with a hint of lemon in this beautiful custardy, creamy filling for the custard tart. And this custard tart is in a puff pastry. And you know how I love puff pastry. It's just layers of butter and pastry. It just puffs up and it's always delicious. So I'm just going to let this thicken. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. This is one of those recipes, you taste it, it's like you discovered something just magical in the world. And when you share it with people, you just watch their faces and they're like, oh my gosh. I have customers that just call and ask when it's on the menu. Or when they come in for a party, that's the dessert they want. It's really, really good. You're gonna be thanking me every time you see me, because this is gonna make you a superstar in your own family or church picnic, wherever you take this. It's really, really good. Okay, so I'm just going to thicken up this custard. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to pull out some puff pastry. This my cute little jar of sugar over here. Oops, I'm going to have a drink. Yum. Okay. The egg yolks, or whites rather. Okay, I've got a piece of puff pastry. This is just a commercial strip. There we go. A little bit of flour for the board. And you want to keep your puff pastry cool. It's a little bit tricky doing it under hot lights, but it can be done. I'm going to just keep checking that custard. Ooh, it's thickening up beautifully. Once that cornstarch starts to do its job to thicken up that yummy custard, it'll thicken up really, it'll just start to boil and be nice and thick, and then you take it off, and so I'll keep my eye on that. Okay, I'm just going to stretch this out a tiny bit because I want it nice and thick. Now, this tart, I'm going to do it in just like this is going to be my tart pan, which is just like a pan you'd use for cupcakes. But if you use the mini muffins, the mini cupcake pans, you can do the tiny little ones, and they're just as cute. You don't get as much custard, but they're really a cute one for a tea party, because they're just the little, 2 bites and down the hatch. And you can put little cherries on top, and I'll show you some ideas for decorating that.